Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go, with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A Sioux Falls woman is dead after police say her 22-year-old son allegedly shot her Monday morning.
Officers arrested Nathaniel Borchert at a home on North Minnesota Avenue. Inside, police found 48-year-old Jamie Lynn Borchert, who had been shot in the head.
During the search warrant out at the residence, we were able to seize a firearm, a pistol that was on scene.
Nathaniel Borchert is charged with murder and almost a dozen counts of possession of child pornography.
He's being held in the Minnehaha County Jail on a $500,000 cash-only bond.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says officers have arrested 8 people at 2 southern Madison businesses.
5 were arrested at Global Polymer and 3 were arrested at Manitou Equipment on Tuesday. One witness noticed the federal agents at Manitou just before 11 a.m.
They had a small minivan with blacked out windows, and they moved the vehicle into the building and came out and drove away. So we had no way of knowing how many people they took away.
Manitou and Global Polymer confirmed to us that ICE agents were there Tuesday morning.
They both tell us they are committed to following federal employment regulations.
New this morning, we now know the names of the people that'll fill the 2 seats for the Sioux Falls School District.
Nan Kelly and Elizabeth Duffy have been elected to the Sioux Falls School Board. Nan Kelly is currently on the school board and ran because she values education and feels a calling to lead within the district.
Elizabeth Duffy said her biggest desire to run was her 2 children, who are both in public school. Kelly and Duffy will begin their 3-year terms in July.
Now let's get a check on today's forecast with meteorologist Scott Munt. It's going to be the last warm day we're feeling, Scott.
We're looking at numbers near 90 degrees again across eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. Cooler today for western and central South Dakota. That cooler air will eventually move across the east starting tomorrow, lasting into this weekend and next week as temperatures return below average. You can see our numbers today will reach the 80s and 90s in eastern South Dakota, 70s today in the western KELOLAND. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Another season is underway at Huset's Speedway in Brandon, where Sunday's season opener was a memorable one for at least one driver.
Caleb Johnson is a defending 410 Outlaw Sprint Car champion, but won his very first 410 race on Mother's Day Sunday, which also happened to be his 28th birthday.
Awesome. I think it still probably hasn't set in yet, but to win my first race, first night out is really cool, especially on my birthday, Mother's Day.
I'm really excited for Caleb. You know, he's worked his butt off the last 4 years with his own program, and now to get to drive for somebody else, you know, it's very rewarding, and you know, just happy to see the hard work has paid off.
Doug Johnson is the general manager at Huset's. He's also Caleb's dad. Caleb will attempt to make it 2 wins in a row this Sunday at Huset's.
We provided a link with this year's schedule under this story on KELOLAND.com.
A luxury interior design showroom with roots in Sioux Center, Iowa is expanding to Sioux Falls.
Central Kitchen and Bath along North Kiwanis Avenue will be opening on May 29th. To celebrate, they'll be hosting a Great Gatsby-themed grand opening event.
We've all been working hard, all of the tradespeople here, the craftsmanship that's gone into the showroom. We just want people to come and have a night of fun and just escape from the world for a couple hours. Come here, have a couple cocktails, have some amazing food, and walk around and just dream a little bit.
One unique feature of the showroom is a working shower with 12 different heads that customers will be able to turn on and experience.
To learn more about the event, follow the link under this story on KELOLAND.com.
Mother's Day weekend is widely known as the time to start planting your plants.
And with warm weekend temperatures, that's exactly what people did. But with the strong high winds, it's also important to make sure you're not hurting your plants.
I know it's hot, but the wind is what's really kind of tough on these plants. So, you know, I hate to say take your flowers off all the time, but get it cleaned up, the plant cleaned up, maybe trim it back a little bit before planting, so it will take.
Teal also recommends sticking your finger knuckles deep in the soil to see if the plants need more water or not.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, and we'll see what changes here with watering those plants. Maybe we get some help on nature's side of things. I think we will. We've got a couple thunderstorms this morning. We've been tracking a line there through Rapid City and adjacent areas of the Black Hills region. In fact, a little closer look at some rain tallies on Viper. You can see Rapid Valley, local thunderstorm this morning producing locally an inch of rain. Not all of Rapid City that high, but some quarter to half inch totals are pretty common. And then, of course, that source there southwest of Rapid, some rain, and boy, that southwest corner of South Dakota sure is dry and needing more. Sioux Falls today, one more day where we're back in the upper 80s to near 90-degree levels. Partly cloudy and the wind too. But tonight we begin to change this. We've got a new round of thunderstorms coming up. There is a slight risk of severe weather all the way from central North Dakota, clear down into central Nebraska. So kind of a large zone where some embedded strong winds, pockets of 60-mile-an-hour winds, and also some hail would be the primary threats. I know everybody's wanting to know, well, how much rain are we forecasting? And the thinking right now is that this middle section of South Dakota will benefit from not only the generation of thunderstorms late this afternoon and this evening, which eventually will roll east, but then the accumulation of more rain chances tomorrow into Friday, because you're on the backside of that low pressure center. And as a result, if you spend more time in that zone, you're going to pick up more rain. So 1 to 2 inches is very, very likely in Pierre, Mobridge. Now, Aberdeen, maybe not quite as much in the bullseye, but definitely some generous rainfalls are near your location. And then even Sioux Falls, just getting to an inch of rain out of this storm system looks like a decent possibility. So let's break it down. Showers and thunderstorms will regroup this afternoon west of Pierre. That runs a line there from Midland up to Eagle Butte and down to about Mission and Valentine, Nebraska. Any of these local thunderstorms can produce some nice rainfall rates, but you'll have to have the trade-off there too. Some hail could develop on a couple of those stronger storms easily. There's 9 o'clock tonight. It's out near Winter, Chamberlain. And this doesn't reach Sioux Falls until well after midnight. 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So, yep, that's what I would anticipate. Quite a bit of thunder and lightning with it, too. That'll be round 1. There's the wrap around the colder northwest winds in a Rapid City. And we could generate a few more pockets of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning in southeastern South Dakota. Here comes the wind. Boy, that's going to be a big story tomorrow afternoon. A lot of winds focused behind that low will be easily 40 miles per hour. And there will be a few gusts near 60. So make sure you're mindful of that, too. There's that wraparound. See how that lingers across the northeastern section of South Dakota through Friday morning. So if you happen to get involved with that, if that sets up, that's going to be a big deal. That could really help out some rain deficits, and we'll see what we get here. But definitely the lineup is for definitely more rain than we've had the last week or two. 72 today, Rapid City. That's a much cooler forecast. We've got wind out of the north, northwest. Sioux Falls, we drop to 71 tomorrow with an 80% chance of rain. 40% chance of more rain on Friday. Windy, cooler, 63. One other quick note. This weekend, highs in the 60s, but Sunday morning could feature lows in the 30s. North of Sioux Falls, we have the Sioux Falls forecast at 38. Not really thinking widespread frost in the southeast, but the northeast could deal with that. We're going to give it a second look here later today. That's kind of a lull in between storm systems because the next one comes up Monday, Tuesday. That'll come up from the southwest. Notice temperatures not exactly warm in the 50s. It looks like rain and yeah, probably the recipe we need, isn't it? Western South Dakota, definitely the southwest in particular, really counting on this forecast for some help as we round it out there toward day 7. More details available online at KELOLAND.com.